Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is a mid-week check-in. What do we have here that flipped out? Melpomene. I feel like that's card number 17 from my archetype deck, the Mantegna Tarot. And I'm pretty sure that Melpomene is see the inner beauty in all things, harmonize with all things. That is, oh yes, the look on her face. That is about seeing the beauty, the benefit, even in the face of tragedy. It's optimism. See the positive side of events. This second deck here is the Starseed Oracle deck, and I quite like this deck. I think it has some good messages. All of the cards were shuffled prior to starting the recording. This, like I said, is the Starseed Oracle deck. And then the tarot deck here is the Moon and Stars Tarot, which I thought I would continue on. I'm not sure if I used that during the last reading, but new moon energy. I think we're still in that new moon energy. I caught a glimpse of it for a while last night. Not too long after the sun went down on the horizon. Let me see if I can get a card to flip out here. Oh, we get two. We have Baby Steps and We the Hathors. Alright, I will give this one more riffle. The Moon and Stars Tarot. My environment is rather variable, so I never know what kind of interruptions we may get. I may have to pause the recording at some point or at several points. One never knows. Alright, what messages can we get? Spirit, give us a message, please, from the Moon and Stars Tarot. So it does look like I have two cards here. That's the second one. And, oh no, I have four. They wanted to do this to me when I was doing the pre-shuffle. These do look like better cards coming out. Let me just double check here. Let's see. Any other cards flipped? It's a lot, but I'll take them. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Trust. That's a message I'm always communicating in my readings, right? You ought to be familiar with that coming from my mouth on this channel by now. Okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Trust. We have the Three of Wands, communication, and we have the Empress, nourishment, and we have Temperance, healing. And I don't know why I was called to put them out in this fashion. This is the first one I saw, but I knew, but it definitely speaks to me in this way. So the last reading I did, there was a message of trusting in the plan and protecting that which is dear to you. And I have to be honest, I had a really difficult time taking my own advice, and there was something I wanted to do, and I talked about it with a dear friend, and it just ended up giving me a really weird feeling. And then I edited the video from the last reading, and I realized I really need to take my own advice that from the messages that the cards were presenting. And and clearly there are things to work on, but I have to follow that advice. And the issue I was having was fighting off doubt and continuing to hold on to that trust and that faith. It really is not always an easy thing to do, but this is exactly what I want to see. I want to see the Knight of Pentacles, a new solid offer, a new opportunity that is solid, that is dependable, presented in life. In my life, it seems like a pretty good thing. I would wish that for you as well. Three of Wands, communication. It may come to you through communication, or by having this offer come to you, it may stimulate a reason for communication, whether you will be receiving it or sending that message out. And then we have the Empress, and again, this is about trusting and sitting pretty and not taking the action and forcing something, not forcing the energy, but knowing that you get what you deserve and you will be nourished. In this deck, this is the card of nourishment. And then finally we have the card Temperance, the card of healing. And that is ultimately, it's also balance. It's ultimately what we're looking for, and it's kind of what we've been waiting for. There has been an imbalance, and it's been frustrating to want to rectify a situation or bring balance back, reharmonize something that is out of balance. But the challenge is that the feminine energy really has needed to sit back and be in that Nine of Pentacles, Empress energy, allowing what is meant for the divine feminine energy to come in and to be open and receptive to it, and to not reach out, because in reaching out and being proactive and taking action, that's a more masculine energy. In doing that, it just stimulates more imbalance. It's not harmonizing. So we've had to sort of balance masculine and feminine energies. And of course, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. If you identify as female, you still may be considered divine masculine. It just depends on your energy, and a lot of it, I believe, has to do with the way the star placements are in your natal planetary chart. Nonetheless, within each of us, we have masculine and feminine energy, and we need to have a balance there within us. And with that balance, we can meet others in our lives. And so in this regard, the idea here is to have that balance, and to have balance with the other, whomever that may be. But you have to know your place in the realm of things in order to figure out how you can best balance and harmonize for that healing. And that knowing yourself, that has to do with recognizing your own patterns and behaviors that contribute to imbalances that you have created in your life in the past, and how you have communicated with others, how you have interacted with others in the past. So Melpomene speaks of, it's the archetype of seeing, you're being positive even in the face of tragedy, having optimism, seeing the positive side. And we have here a trumpet, a sounding, which could be seen as communication, but it is also a way to harmonize vibration. And then also we have this full moon, which again, as I said in the last reading, this is indicative that we may have more energy coming through. more clarity coming through at the full moon, which will be an eclipse here at the end of March. And then we have these two other cards, baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So in terms of taking action or not taking action and sitting back and sitting pretty, that doesn't mean don't ever do anything. It doesn't mean be lazy. It doesn't mean don't lift a finger. You are still needing to take each step on the path, on your spiritual path, on your journey in life, and be active and do things. But the focus would be more on doing things for yourself. It would be more on expanding your own experience and continuing to make yourself a more full-fledged, a more fully developed human being, a human being who can create their own fulfillment. And so that is action that you would want to take. And so continue taking those baby steps towards your goals, towards your joy and your happiness, the steps that you can take to bring more joy and happiness into your life. And as you focus on the things that make you happy, you welcome and bring in more energy of same, of like-minded, of similar frequency. We have We the Hathors here, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. In both of these cards, as a matter of fact, there is a portal. This is baby steps, walking through that portal, but taking your time and being considerate of each step. And is each step a step that works in your favor? Is each step something that you want to do? You have to learn to be discerning about that which you like and want in your life, and that which you are willing to cut away, to break from. You have to be willing to let go of some things. And as you keep walking here, there's another portal, protected by angels, by your ancestors, by the stories of history, the archetypes of time, across time. Birth is a portal. You are about to be born again into a new life, a new lifestyle, new projects, new endeavors, new energy, new enthusiasm. And it's been a slow process, a very slow process. It's coming in slowly. We have this Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest knight in the deck. But with the trust that you've had and being faithful to your path, even when doubt seeps in, still pursuing that path, you get to where you want to go. You just have to trust. This is the divine knowing, this card, the Empress. Let me just pull a clarifier card, because in effort to keep the video short, we'll read these two cards from the book, and I may end up cutting that portion just depending on how long this video ends up, because my videos get long and I'm trying to keep them shorter. Ooh, it's loud. Let's get one last message over this midweek check-in reading, the energies that we're seeing. This is good energy, and it's kind of a newer vision from what I've seen in the videos that I've been putting out here recently. I mean, a lot of the same messages. Trust in your path. Trust where you're going. And these cards are tiny. I can't read that. That's what I thought. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Yeah, that's what's coming in, and it's a stable, secure, solid, foundational piece. It is like the cornerstone of the new tower that we are building after whatever tower may have come down in your life. This is the cornerstone piece. This is the main piece of stability coming in, and it seems like it will be that coin here from the Knight of Pentacles. That's beautiful. And then, communication coming in. And that communication, ideally, we make an attempt to harmonize it instead of challenge it, right? Keep that in mind. What do you want for yourself? In any relationship that may have strife, would you want to heal that? Even if it meant not going forward in a friendship with a person, would you at least want to heal and forgive? I mean, that really serves us. If we have the opportunity with communication to heal something that has hurt yourself or someone that you care about, it seems like Malpami may be heralding a time when we have the opportunity to receive that pentacle, to receive a message and work through it with temperance, to be considerate, and to heal miscommunication, strife, challenges, whatever it may be in your life. It would serve us all, the best interest of everyone, really. We're here to heal the planet. If you're here watching my channel, know that we're here to heal the planet. Baby steps. You're being called to take grounded action in response to your soul's calling, to start where you are and begin building in a consistent way. So many people stop themselves from living a souled life because they're waiting to know the destination before taking the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. Our soul is always calling us, every moment, every day. The way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is to listen to your soul's baby calls and whispers each and every day, and to take grounded action in the direction of those calls and whispers. You're being encouraged to start small, bite-sized, to put one foot in front of the other, to do one thing every day, to break things down into achievable tasks. Time on Earth goes slower than on other planets. This may cause frustration for starseeds who can expect a faster pace of manifestation and thus give up before the seeds begin to sprout. If you resonate with that, it's time to opt for consistency over urgency. Take time to take baby steps in the direction of your calling, to remember that you don't need to have it all figured out or know exactly where the path is leading you. You don't have to know every single step along the way before you set out on your great journey. You just need to take the next step. That is exactly what I'm saying here. That's the message I was trying to convey, and reading this card, it just makes it so much more concise. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I see. You have to have faith and take those steps even when you don't have all the answers, even when you don't know all the questions. We the Hathors. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the Cosmic Mother and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on Earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the Mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. There's that balance. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the Cosmic Mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container and that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love in your heart. You have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch from your heart. Thank you for coming to my channel. That is the message for today's reading, this midweek check-in. And I hope that there's a message in here for you. And thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight.